Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ryan from the Indie Music Academy. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in right away. If you are here with me, why don't you just drop something in the chat so I know who you are and I could say hi to you guys. And I'm just going to stall, wait for a few more people to roll in. But tonight, the whole point of this stream is really just to give an opportunity to answer your questions directly. We've been going through the 30 Days of Action video series, and you know, the fan journey and all of the elements of the fan journey that we've been talking about, it's a lot to deal with. So I just want to have an opportunity to answer your questions directly. So when you get a moment, just drop a hello or something in the chat, and we can honestly do whatever you guys want tonight. This is your time to ask questions and just to really pick my brain about anything regarding the content on the YouTube channel, or anything that you just have as far as questions in regards to building a music fan base of your own. So, and another thing is that I also have the rest of the 30 Days of Action series written right here in front of me. And so I can always start going into that. Hey, what's up, Trey? How's it going, man? And so, yeah, so we can always turn this into kind of like an advanced lesson on that as well. It totally depends on what you want to do tonight. So it's totally open to that. But if we want to just start with some direct questions, we can talk about, what we should be doing right now in this kind of weird coronavirus time. We could talk about just, what tactics have been working lately. Um, the types of promotions I've been running for the artists I'm working with. I'm an open book tonight. So I want to just give you the opportunity to ask your questions in the chat, whatever that might be. This is kind of an ask me anything type of experience. And right now, it looks like we have 3 people on. So, you 3 guys, this is your time. So, this is your semi private lesson, just my way of giving back, and whatever that might be, however you want this night to go, it's totally up to you. So Trey, I'm going to call you out because I see your name in the chat, man. If you have a question about your music career, about growing your audience, something that we've been doing lately over at the Indie Music Academy is working with Facebook ads and making sure that just regular posts don't get eaten up by the Facebook algorithm, because Facebook will actually limit the visibility of your fan pages compared to your personal pages. So that's something that we're doing all the time with our artist clients. And oh, looks like Trey commented organic Spotify growth. I've done geo target ads for Facebook and Instagram, haven't had much luck. What would you suggest? Yeah, so if you could just expand on one thing, let me know where you've been targeting, because that would be just some good information. And then the second thing is, what type of Facebook ad did you run as far as the campaign? What campaign type? That's what I would want to know in order to dive into that question. So that'd be really good. Looks like we got 4 people on right now. This is your semi-private lesson to ask me anything. We can talk about promotion. We can talk about the stuff that you're doing. I'd love to just give my opinion on some of the stuff you're working on, as well as we can dive into the 30 Days of Action series that's been going on the channel. If you had any questions about that as well. But Trey, if you can just get back with that question that I had, I'd love to dive into your organic Spotify growth question that you just posted. But everyone else, why don't you just drop something in the chat just so I know who's with us tonight? Just say like a hello or something, drop your favorite emoji. And oh, what's up, Justin? Did you see SoundCloud partnered with Twitch? No, I did not see that. That's crazy. SoundCloud, man, that's been a bumpy road for them, but that's good. I feel like that'll be a really good partnership because Twitch has been killing it, especially in a time like this. I see all types of artists starting to make Twitch accounts to do live stream concerts and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that seems like a really good match, honestly. Music and streaming, video streaming, that is going to be really good. Okay, Trey, let's see what you got here. Engagement campaign, targeted major cities in Texas. You're a Texas country artist. Okay. So, you're trying to get Facebook and Instagram users to go over to your Spotify profile. Just type in yes if that's what you're trying to do, and then I'll kind of just run my initial thoughts. But the thing with the Facebook ad campaign types is that it's going to optimize depending on what you choose. So you did engagement campaign. So the whole correct, sweet. Okay. So the whole point of a Facebook engagement campaign is actually not to get people off of the Facebook platform, unfortunately. So that is mistake number one that I think could really actually set those ads at a disadvantage, especially since you're trying to get people off of the Facebook platform. So that right away could be the whole thing that kind of just shoots the Facebook algorithm into a different direction from where you want to go. Because Facebook has a lot of data, and Facebook is they basically know everything about you. They know your clicking history, they know your view history, and so when you choose an engagement campaign, they're actually going to be sending the ad to the people who are happy clickers, who are willing to give that like really fast, or are commenting on all types of things just in their natural habits. It has nothing to do with the way that Facebook is showing your ad, right? They just know the people who are going to do it because they know everything about you. So, with that being said, changing the ad campaign type from an engagement campaign to a conversion campaign totally switches up the whole algorithm that's running and driving your campaign. And I'm going to continue to talk about this more, Trey, but I saw a few people roll in. Just drop something in the comments to let me know that you're here. I love seeing all your names pop up, and I'll say hi to you personally. And also, this is an Ask Me Anything. What is this called? Live stream. That's it. So ask me anything. We can talk about the 30 Days of Action series. We could talk about the campaigns that you guys are running right now to promote your music. We talked a bit about Spotify, and we're talking about Facebook ads right now. So just drop whatever you want in the comments. This is your time. This is a unique time, especially with us all being home right now. We can talk about the quarantine if you want, and just share a little bit about what we're all doing to kind of work through that. But to jump back with you, Trey, um, what I would do first and foremost is try conversion campaign type. Conversion campaign type. Okay. The next thing is just to make sure that your targeting is way more narrow than what you've been doing. So if you're targeting the major cities, oh yeah, no problem, man. And actually, while you're on the chat, can you just let me know what your daily budget was as well? Because that will really help me figure out this whole targeting element. Because if you're targeting major cities, but doing a $5 a day ad, then that's a mismatch there. What's up, Artur, my man? Good to see you. But yeah, so let me know what your daily yeah, $5 a day budget. Okay, so yeah, that's a big mismatch there because once again, Facebook is all about the data that they already have. And so when you're talking about the data of an entire city, a $5 a day ad budget is not even going to start to pierce the surface as far as working that data for you, right? Because the amazing thing about Facebook ads is that they have their data set, but then it's also creating a new data set with your own ad account. And that's the amazing power of Facebook ads. But the unfortunate thing is that with $5 a day ads, which is a great budget, by the way, right now I'm running a $5 a day ad campaign for a client, and we're getting amazing results on $5 a day. But that's because we're not targeting major cities, we're targeting actually quite narrow interests. And so that's another thing that I would change in your approach. So that's two main things now. I would switch to conversion campaign type because you're trying to get people off the Facebook platform. And then secondly, try to narrow it down. Cities are just way too big, and I would try some interests that are under 1 million people, because if you target a major city, we're talking like what, 10, 20 million people, and you're saying multiple cities as well, right? So you're probably targeting a good chunk of the United States. So on $5 a day, it's going to be yeah, it's going to be really hard to, you know, use that data for your own ad account. The data is there, but you need to have kind of like an agency level budget at that point, spending thousands of dollars a day to work the data for your, ask some follow-up questions. Looks like we got something from Justin. How's it going, man? Okay, I'm focusing on releasing on SoundCloud right now, but having videos made through YouTube, and I have one track set to release every day from now till May. How would you market that? All right, so I'm going to kind of rephrase this in a different way just to make sure that we're on the same page, because I don't want to accidentally be thinking the wrong thing. So you're releasing one track on SoundCloud. Just let me know if that's right. Actually, no, you have one track set to release every day. So let me know the total amount of tracks really quick, if you don't mind. That will kind of help me envision this a bit better. And then you have videos made on YouTube as well. And I'm guessing you have those ready to release. So if you could just fill in a little bit more of that backstory, Justin, that'd be really great. How many tracks do you have ready? And how many videos do you have ready? And then while you're there, also just let me know if this is your first release, because I think that's important, or if you have a backlog as well. Just fill out those things. We'll jump back on your question. Sound good? You have 58 tracks. That's a lot of songs. All right. Just confirm with me really quick that it's 58 songs. I don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing. Will's actually jumping on about SoundCloud. I've always had a hesitation to release on SoundCloud for multiple reasons. Mostly because I've never seen SoundCloud as a legit platform for growing artists. What's your thoughts? Well, I see SoundCloud as like a social media. So I think you can definitely grow a fan base on SoundCloud. But the thing with SoundCloud is that growing an audience needs to be, growing an effective audience has to hit a couple things. And this is important for you, Justin. So let's talk about SoundCloud really quick. Growing an audience has to hit on a few things. One, you have to be able to communicate with that audience. So if you have, let's just say you have 1 million fans on SoundCloud. Well, are you able to communicate with that audience and let them know that you have a t-shirt for sale? Or are you able to communicate with that audience and let them know that you released a new product, or that you have a VIP subscription or something like that? And, I know that SoundCloud Pro has some features that the free accounts don't. I don't have a pro account, so I unfortunately cannot speak to it. But as far as the free accounts go, there is really no active way to communicate with that fan base. And so growing on SoundCloud than growing on any other social media platform, because at least on a social media platform, you can run ads and you can get your messaging out there. All right, sweet. We got some more from Justin. Yeah, 58 songs. That's a lot of tracks. And working to get these videos made on Fiverr, take advantage of the YouTube artist channel community. Got it. So there's a couple ways we can go. And let me just hit on Will really quick. Definitely agree. Yeah, SoundCloud. So Justin, if you're doing a SoundCloud release, what I would, the way that makes me feel, it just feels like you're releasing on a social media and then you're releasing on YouTube, which is also to me a social media, right? Because social medias have followers, you can do posts, right? SoundCloud to me is a social media as well. And so my next question for you is, why are you not releasing with the distributor like DistroKid or CD Baby or TuneCore? I would love to know that just kind of before I dive in to talk about how to actually promote that, because that is just a huge question that I'm just curious about, if that's cool. But to kind of wrap up the thoughts on SoundCloud, I definitely think that you can grow on SoundCloud. The challenge is just taking that audience and getting the power that comes with having an audience onto a platform where you can actually communicate with people. That's that's the thing that I look out for. What the heck is this hair doing? That's the thing that I look out for when growing a fan base. I need to be able to communicate with them. That's number one. The second thing is that it has to be something that is going to last, not just a couple hours, not just a day or a week, but it should last forever. That's why I love YouTube, because if you make a video once, YouTube is searchable. So there's something called search engine optimization that comes into play at that point. And so you can make one piece of content, like a cover song, for example, and that cover song can be working for a full on course about search engine optimization as well, that I could drop in the comments if you guys are interested in checking out that link. What's up, man? Hey, I'm planning on using diffusion music or ditto for distribution. Not sure which to go for after eliminating other choices like distro because of the shady stuff, for sure. Yeah, man, I can understand that. So I actually talked with a Ditto employee, and Ditto looked really rad. I'm only talking about Ditto because I actually don't know anything about diffusion music. So just a little disclaimer there. But I do know a little bit about Ditto. And one of the cool things is that if you have the budget, of course, they do have add-on marketing services that you can, kind of tap into to grow. It's almost like they had a team at the ready, for you at any time. So that's a kind of a cool thing. Like, especially when you compare, like CD Baby owns Disc Maker, so that's kind of a big plus. You can always just get some CDs made whenever you want, you know. And the thing with Ditto is that they have like a marketing staff. I think it's like four guys or gals as well, in cubicles in the Ditto offices that are just ready to, of course, for a fee, to make some content and some graphics and to help you with your marketing plan. Have you heard about some of controversies with Ditto regarding payouts? Hmm. Not recently. And the thing I have to say about that is, probably if it's like 4 years and earlier, I won't worry about it because a lot of things have changed, especially with payouts becoming better. And honestly, when it comes to payouts, even the top dogs are not really paying out as fast as they should, like in an ideal world, especially with everything being digital. So a lot of companies actually need to grow in that area. So I would take a look at that to see how recent those complaints are. If they're kind of old complaints, um, I would just kind of uh, take it as a new experience. Personally, that's what I would do. Let me just make sure I'm not leaving Justin out. Let's see, working to get the videos. Yeah, released on DistroKid last year, several projects. But then they started to not release the projects on time. I totally understand, Justin. So um, just a quick question. Oh, you have one more comment. Here we go. Also, I'm working on the project series. I have 11 days left in an Ableton trial, so I decided to work on a project called Day 11. I'd like to focus on SoundCloud, hopefully partner with them. Okay, cool, man. So yeah, DistroKid, especially if you have their lowest account, they don't even give you a release date option. So you'd have to go into their more expensive account to even have that as an option. And I'd be curious to know, Justin, if they were releasing stuff late, even if you had their higher tier, because that's just hilarious to me. But other than that, I could totally see why you're doing SoundCloud. So what I would do, and Justin, I mean, hopefully this doesn't come as a surprise coming from me, but what I would do is I would completely make absolutely sure that you have your fan journey set up. So you're releasing on SoundCloud, but make sure you have a way for them to get connected with you in a reliable way. And I've made it no secret. I love email lists for that, but you can do whatever you want. If that means following you on Instagram, if you're inviting people to like to DM you directly, whatever that is, like turn it into some kind of way that you can create a reliable communication stream, because that is the most important thing. What you don't want to do is go viral on SoundCloud and then 2 months later you're like, all right, time to sell some shirts, time to open up a VIP membership where they're only getting my VIP content, time to do all this great stuff to try and monetize, but then you don't actually have a way to communicate with the 2 million streams that you just got, right, with the fans. It's that's the dilemma with a platform like SoundCloud. So what I would absolutely make sure is that you have some kind of fan magnet set up. Yeah, like what Wrap Ups said, fan magnets. And yeah, man, that's what I would do. And then secondly, if you have a little bit of a budget, what I would do is try your hand at some Instagram swipe up ads. If you have, I guess the word is the bravery to do that. Sometimes it's a little scary if you are doing it for the first time. Let me catch some of these. Let's see. Will says, in a time where artists aren't able to play shows and connect with their fan base on a physical face to face fan interaction due to the virus, what do you think artists are going to have to do? That's a really good question. So, yeah, I mean, it is tough. So I'll tell you what I've been seeing, which has been really cool. I've been seeing a lot of artists doing Facebook Lives, which is good idea. I've been seeing a lot of artists do like they'll set up a like a USB mic and they'll just kind of strum, and they'll do these live streams. Now, live streaming really has a range of quality, if you know what I mean. Like I can be live streaming with either, the computer mic or this mic, what is this called? AirPod mic, right? Or I can live stream using an audio interface with a condenser microphone with, Ableton Live running some compression, some EQ, so those are very different types of live streams. And what I think is that an artist that has the knowledge of the gear that's required, and this is actually, we're talking about this right now within the coaching community, which you are a part of, Will. So we're going to release a training really soon about how to live stream a concert. And for any of you guys just tuning in, we're talking about the Indie Growth Coaching Community, which is a VIP coaching community within the Indie Music Academy. So if you guys are interested in that, I can drop a link as well. But yeah, like that kind of range of live stream, I think, is really going to set apart like the artists that are doing it with real mics, they're doing it with an audio interface, and they're having a studio quality sound right on the live stream, are going to be worlds ahead and really separate themselves from the crowd when other people are just doing it with their phone or with the computer mic. So that was a good question. Let me see. So let's see what we got here. And if you guys are just tuning in, we're doing a basically an Ask Me Anything session. Um, we can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about tactics on what to do during this quarantine time. We can talk about the content on the channel. We're going through 30 Days of Action series right now, where I'm releasing 30 videos, which is basically a marketing 101 for musicians in the new music industry, in this digital music industry. So if you guys have any questions about that as well, um, just drop them in. And I'm going to also drop a link for the coaching community, because it's actually, let me just drop that link in. So check out the link to the coaching community, guys. Will is in the community, so we actually work together all the time. And it's a place to figure out these things in real time. We work together with not only with me, but a community of artists. And, it's really important at a time, especially like this, to be connected with other musicians so that you can learn what other musicians are doing. You can bounce your ideas on how to market, and even bounce your music ideas. And we're going through some advanced training on the fan journey formula right now, live, just like this. So it's not pre recorded. We actually jump on calls and we work through each individual artist's fan journey in the group. And of course, if you can't make the calls, all of the trainings are recorded for you, play back at any time. And so right now, the indie growth coaching community is open. Actually, it's only open tonight during this live stream, and it's just kind of a little special thing that I wanted to do for you guys. I've reopened it at the founders rates, which is the lowest price it'll ever be offered. And I actually promise never to open it up at the founders rates again. But for tonight only, I'm going to allow more signups at that lowest level. And then the price is going to go up to a more fair level for the quality of training that's going on in that indie growth coaching community. So I dropped that link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. And let's get back to your questions. Let's see what we got here. I just want to make sure I'm not leaving Justin out. He has a pretty in-depth question. Yeah, so he has the higher tier, a SoundCloud. Yeah, dude, it's super dope that they're partnering. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so for the Instagram swipe up ads, so there's a couple things you need to do. You need to make sure that you're not just boosting posts, okay? Because that's the worst way to run ads. You need to make sure you actually sign up for a Facebook for Business account. And that kind of sounds weird at first, like why am I signing up for Facebook when I want to run Instagram ads? But they both use the Facebook Ads Manager back end. So you'll definitely want to make sure you sign up for that. And then what I would do is I guess do as much research as you can to find out what the best targeting is for your musical niche. Come up with a really great creative. It's going to be a video, and so wrap ups. You actually need 10,000 followers for swipe up for organic posts, but anyone can do it if they're doing paid advertising. So just to clarify that. So you can, even if you have, 500 followers, 1,000 followers, you can actually pay for the swipe up ad feature. So that's something really cool and really powerful. If you're not comfortable creating a swipe up ad and you feel that you're in danger of just spending money without any result, another plug, I feel like the coaching community would be the perfect workplace for you guys to workshop those ads, because you can always ask me and I can help you every step of the way, even right down to the creative, which by creative I mean the video. Like, is this a video that's going to resonate and get that swipe up to begin with? So that's a really great question. And like I said earlier in the stream, when you're doing the Instagram swipe up ads, just make sure that your targeting isn't broad. It's better to be narrow, especially when you have lower budgets. So I hope that helps. Let's check out a few more. All right, wrap ups. I didn't forget about you. Let's see. Just released my single Rain on Me today through DistroKid. Really looking to maximize exposure and run ad sets to my artist funnel website. Excellent. Working on an iPhone performance video. Excellent. I really like this, man. I really, really like this. So let me see if you got any other comments. All right, yeah, and then, okay, sweet. So let me just take a quick sip. I love this, man. This is definitely the right way to go, because you definitely want a fan magnet. You definitely want to send people to a place where you can communicate with them reliably. So that's great. So the next thing that I would challenge you to do, and actually I can probably pull up this video for you, is I made a video about something called a Linktree page. And you probably have seen Linktree pages, like the official Linktree, but I made one actually just from my regular web builder because it wasn't that hard. And I go into the back end of my web builder to show you how I made that. So let me just grab that link for you. It's obviously a free video that's already on the channel. So I'm just going to grab the URL. But that is something that I would make, because when you start doing your swipe up ads, I would definitely make sure that you send them to the Linktree page, because, what if you are marketing to Spotify, but an Apple Music user clicks on your ad, and then that's ad spend wasted because they're not even a user of Spotify in the first place. So let me grab that link really quick. I'll have it in 5, 4, 3, 2-1. Here's that link for you. So that's a video that I would definitely bookmark and check out. And so, yeah, just in conclusion there, you're building a fan magnet. Excellent. You're going to do some swipe up ads. Great. Just make sure you don't do too broad targeting. Make sure you do a conversion campaign, like what we talked about, and make sure you send them to your Linktree page. And that should at least get you started. Anything else is going to be probably more in depth than what we could cover here. But the coaching community is the perfect place to dive in to that stuff together. So I hope that helps to at least get you started, man. And best of luck. Let me check this out really quick. Yeah, Hassan, no problem, man. I appreciate you being on the live stream. It's really awesome. Oh yeah, you got another follow-up question. Using Splice. Oh, great question, man. Splice. Yes, this is so important. Okay, I'm so glad you asked this. Okay, to everyone else tuning in, just real quick, we're doing an Ask Me Anything. So for about the next 30 minutes, we're just diving into your questions. And yeah, it could be about anything. It could be about promotions that you're currently running. You can ask a question about what to do during this time of quarantine, or even, asking something about our 30 days of action series that we're doing on the channel right now. So whatever you want to talk about, that's what this stream is about. And and really quick, I just want to make sure that everyone has seen the free workshop on the Indie Music Academy website, because there is a lot of stuff that is going to really help you guys out, especially when it comes to building your fan magnets and kind of promoting in this way that I talk about a lot on the channel. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat, which is a link to the free workshop. Many of you have already signed up for this because I put the link in almost all of the YouTube videos. But in case you haven't seen it yet, there's a link. I just dropped it in. It's a 3-video series, so it's definitely worth the time. And then and then I'll send you other stuff as well as we connect further. So let me go back, scroll up a bit, make sure I don't miss anyone. Okay, so yes, we're talking about Splice for making beats. Yeah, lyricism is your forte. You want to use Splice because the Splice sounds are great and you're going to make beats out of them. So here's the thing. This is not a problem that I've had specifically, because I do something to all of my Splice sounds to kind of solve this problem. But I'll tell you what the problem that I've heard is that an artist, imagine this, an artist releases a song using a Splice sample, and it's a prominent sample. Maybe it's a vocal slice, maybe it's a synth sample. And so what they do is they open up their beat with that and they put some drums behind it. So here's where the issue with Splice comes in. We're entering this new music industry. We're entering this digital age where we have things like Shazam. We have things like Content ID right here on YouTube. And so the first artist to release the song with that sample is going to get Content ID'd for using that sample, right? Because YouTube doesn't really know about Splice. It's not on their radar. Completely different company. And so a song using a sample will get Content ID with that Content ID'd with that sample in the song. Okay. Let me know if you guys are following me so far. So that poses an issue for the next person, right? If that vocal slice or that synth line is used in an exposed and prominent way, the danger is that you can upload your own original song, your own original beat, but what Content ID sees is a section of music that's already been registered by a previous artist. So that is an issue with using Splice sounds. And so I've actually heard of that happening. And a couple of the producers that I've just gotten to know and are friends with now on the platform that I work out of called soundbetter.com, which is owned by Spotify. But that's where I produce on that website. But I've been talking to the other guys and the other producers on SoundBetter, and what they're doing and what I'm doing is that any Splice sample, you got to mess it up. You got to like completely wreck it to protect yourself and to protect your client from that kind of thing happening. And so that is what I also recommend for you too, as a home studio owner and a producer yourself, beat maker yourself, is just if you do take any splice samples and you put them in a prominent way in the song, do something to just mess them up a little bit, whether that's a distortion plugin. What I like to do is use Fab Filter's Saturn plugin, which is saturation plugin. It's one of my favorite plugins actually. And what it does is it physically, I guess physically is the wrong word, it digitally changes the audio file so that it kind of trips up Content ID. And actually what I've done, the funny thing is, do you know that you can't upload two YouTube videos that have exactly the same audio in it? I didn't know that. And so what I did to get around that is I just run the song through a saturation plugin and it changes the audio file, which is a crazy cool trick that you can use with the splice samples too. So hope that helps. And yeah, that was a really good question. Splice is an amazing tool, but it's just a weird time to be making music. So good question. And for you guys just tuning in, we're doing an Ask Me Anything. So drop your questions in the chat and also just yeah, just say hello, drop your name. I'd love to see your names and icons. Let's see what other questions we got. I wonder if our connection is out. Let's see really quick. Okay. It says unable to connect to chat. So if you guys are here, just drop something in the chat really quick because I'm getting an error from YouTube. So if you do that for me really quick, that would help me out. And then I'll get back into your questions. If I do not see anything, I'll probably have to figure out how to refresh the chat somehow. So there we go. All right, I refreshed the chat. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, we're back, guys. Thanks so much for doing that. Thanks so much. All right. Okay. So yeah, the name of the plugin for getting around the splice issue. So I'll drop it in the, I'll drop you the link. It's called Fab Filter Saturn. Saturn is, saturation. So it's the play on words there. My absolute favorite plugin, man. And I'll tell you why. If you guys are ever having trouble with your backup vocals, getting them to sound like, like a record, then try some saturation because that's the key right there. So, oh, where did the chat go? Pop out chat once again. Here we go. YouTube's being funny. All right, I'm dropping the link for the saturation plugin. Hopefully you guys get that. Okay, sweet. Let's get back to your questions because this is super fun. Okay, yeah, we covered the splice thing. Jimmy the Dreamer, how's it going, man? How do you ensure more growth on Discover Weekly? That's a tough one, man. The Spotify algorithm, especially this Discover Weekly playlist, it's really they don't reveal a lot about it. So, but some things are for sure. They do really care about your past releases. So if you are a new artist, kind of like myself, I only have 2 songs out right now. So if you're a new artist, it's just going to be way harder, and that's just, you have to build up that data kind of in the same way we were talking earlier about Facebook ads. All they have to go off of is data. They don't know you personally. If you're so lucky that a Spotify curator will actually listen to you, then that's another story. But chances are they will not, and they're just going off of your algorithmic data. Then you have to release more songs and you have to get traffic from off of Spotify onto Spotify. And those are the things that are going to start to trigger those algorithmic playlists like Discover Weekly. And so I wish there was a better answer to that. But I mean, I guess the actionable response would be to release more music and start to drive traffic to Spotify specifically, especially around your releases. And hopefully, after doing that a bunch of times, you can start to trigger those algorithmic playlists. So I hope that helps, man. Really good question, and also a really tough, um, a really tough goal there, but it's an attainable goal. Yeah. Just going down through some more questions. All right, a quick YouTube content ID question from Asan. I have this conundrum where I want to register my released music with YouTube Content ID via my distributor, but I don't want to monetize the videos where my music are to encourage more organic growth and exposure. I could whitelist channels, but I can't get it to all of them. I see. So by channels, you mean all of the channels that you're sharing your music with to promote on. Just type in the chat really quick if that's the correct way I'm interpreting your question. All right, man. Could you just let me know what you mean by that? Oh man, tickle my throat. Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean. So, mm-hmm. Are these like soundtracks or are these songs? It just helps me to kind of get this background, proper songs. Thanks, man, for that info. So, so I'll tell you probably the best way to go. Oh, what distributor do you have? That's probably the last piece of the puzzle. Okay, some YouTuber want to use. Yeah. Okay, I see. So, oh, what's up, man? How's it going? Oh, yeah. So, what you want to do is probably opt out of Content ID from your distributor, which it is an option. I know in AWOL, I can opt out of certain distribution channels. And so that's something. What distributor do you use? I don't think I got that yet. Bro, what is up, man? Sorry, my cat's trying to get in on this. Yeah, just let me know what your distributor is really quick. Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, still deciding. So you should be able to opt out of YouTube. You should be able to. And what you might have to do is like go to support and sorry, these cats are trying to kill each other. What you might have to do is go on support and just request that personally, you know, on an account level. But the main reason I want to register is to prevent copyright strikes. So what you can try to do at that point is register for Song Trust. They might be able to get to the whitelists fast enough. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I see what you mean. So yeah, that's what you'd probably want to do is get a dedicated um, YouTube content ID manager like Song Trust. So you can actually whitelist multiple channels, like whitelist channels in bulk, and you can get ahead of it a bit better. That would probably be the best way to go about that. Justin has a question. He says, I did have a playlist on Spotify last year, but took most of my music down. Do you think having it is worth it? I did have this is playlist. Do you mean that you had a playlist that you own and that you were populating, or you got on a playlist? Could you just let me know, Justin, really quick? And then I see also, have you spoke on LUM? I'm not sure what LUM or LUM is. So, Justin, if you could just let me know a little bit more about that, I'd love to discuss. So, real quick, guys, we're doing a Ask Me Anything tonight. We can talk about pretty much anything that you want regarding your music career, the current promotions that you're doing, and just a quick plug, the Indie Growth Coaching Community is a community that I run where we actually talk like this all the time. And we talk about marketing, we talk about things like the fan journey, all the stuff that we discuss on the YouTube channel. But the cool thing is that I get to dive in and actually take a look at your artist career, and we get to work together to craft your fan journey from beginning to end, to look at your Facebook and Instagram ads campaigns, to look at all of that stuff together. And so the indie growth community is actually a closed community, and you can't just join at any time. But tonight, I actually opened it up just for this stream. And so, if you guys want to get in on that, and if you want to have more discussions like this about your music career, and not just asking questions, but also dedicated training on things like the fan journey and on things like search engine optimization and Facebook ads, I really encourage you guys to just check out the Indie Growth Coaching Community. Once again, you can only sign up tonight during this stream. There's a countdown timer, and then I'm going to close it just out of respect for the current members, because I actually want it to be a closed community. I want to get to know every single one of you guys and not have new people just popping in all the time randomly. And so this is your opportunity to just jump in and to join. So I put the link in the chat. It's indiemusicacademy.com/IGC. If you guys just want to type it in, depending on where you're at. And let's dive back into your questions. Let's see. Oh, Lum is a music streaming platform on iOS. No, I haven't tried it. Oh, yeah. This is okay. Interesting. Let me go back to your original question. Oh, I see. It's a playlist of your own music. Yeah, that's really the point of having that is really just like, if there is a fan that you've made by having a fan journey. Oh, what's up, Kevin? Kevin from the Filmmakers Blog is on. Check out his channel if you guys want to learn about filmmaking. Um, so if you do have something like a fan journey where you're actually taking fans from strangers who don't know you, who are just kind of seeing your content, and through touch points, taking them on a journey, and this is like a white glove, like handcrafted journey, right? So it's not just Instagram posts every once in a while, right? If you're doing that effectively, then you will have a few people who do want to listen to your whole catalog. And I think a playlist like that can be something that you share every once in a while. It could be something that you share via your mailing list, or you could share it on a targeted ad. A retargeting ad would probably be the most appropriate for that. So that's my 2 cents. It's hard to know whether or not it's worth it, because it really depends on the rest of your marketing ecosystem at that point. But my gut feeling is like, if it's already made, don't delete it. Like, it probably will have some use down the line, especially as you grow. So yeah, I hope that helps. And guys, let's I just want to hear a little bit about what you guys are up to this week. I mean, first week of official quarantine. um, I haven't really left the house. And it feels weird, and I just want to know what you guys have been up to. So drop in the chat like what you're doing, you know, in response to this, and also, you know, are you guys at home as well, or are you guys going to work still? Are you guys forced to go to work, like I see in that meme circulating Instagram right now? Hey man, friends and family are good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I live in San Diego, so it's not it's not terrible here, but California is on lockdown, and so I mean that's I mean it sounds scary. I mean it is a little scary, but there's still a lot that needs to happen before before we really get to a bad place. So I think it's really good that we're getting ahead of this. So thanks for asking, man. Toilet paper and gold, man. Yeah. Which is more valuable? That's the real question. I'm not sure. Yeah. Building the new talk box, ESX by Electro Spit out in the Bay Area. Is that a hardware unit? That's what I've never heard of that. I want to learn more about that. And yeah, dude, tell me more about that wrap ups if you got sick, man. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. So what are you doing to build it? Are you engineering it? Are you building the campaign? I'm in the Walmart parking lot using their free Wi-Fi. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Got to stake out for the new toilet paper shipment. Hand building. That's sweet, man. That's so cool. Gosh, that's its own type of talent right there. It's really great. Filmmaker blog says, working from home, hours cut, but staying busy, learning more and more. Very good. Yeah, man, this is a time to really hunker down for sure. Like hunker down on all the marketing stuff we've been talking about, hunkering down on, selfless pitch uh, on the content on my YouTube channel. There's a lot. I think there's over 50 videos now. I've been doing the 30 Days of Action series, which I think I still have about, I don't know, like 14 videos coming your way. So definitely make sure you check out that series. There's a lot of good tips in there. And yeah, and it's a weird time for sure, but it's a really good time just to hunker down and really learn this digital music space that is inevitable now. It was an option among many, right? We could play live, we could, you know, do all these other things, but now digital music making and digital music performance is the only option. So it's just a really interesting time. Let's see what we got here. Have you heard about the Orba, the Kickstarter portable music maker? No, I have not. Actually, don't go on Kickstarter that much. Never really been like a peruser of the Kickstarter website. Yeah, it just never was like something I checked regularly. But no, I haven't. I'm interested in learning more about it. Seems like it could be cool. Orba. I'm not really sure what that is based off the name. Bought 20 cans of Vienna sausage. Power inverter. There it is. Waiting for my Uber account to be approved to get money to get the subscription. Awesome, man. Dude, it'd be so good to have you in, Justin. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I try to price it just super affordable for, I know, we're not all full-time musicians. We're all working jobs. Music obviously is a side thing in the beginning, as we're growing. I understand all that stuff, man. So, yeah, it'd be awesome for you to join the group for sure. Yeah, I'll check out the Orba. hmm Yeah, guys. Let me drop in another link that I want you guys to check out. So, I mentioned earlier the free workshop. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, it's 3 free videos. They're, pretty long. I think they're like 25 to 30 minutes each. Um, so that's a really valuable thing I think you just take for free, honestly. Yeah, how often do you plan to do these Ask Me Anythings? It's a good question. I do need to improve the reading and speaking, so I kind of want to do more. But a thought that I was just thinking myself and I haven't really told anyone or put it out into the universe yet is that I think at least while we're all on quarantine, it'd be sick to kind of just do this, every Friday night and yeah, just start to get to know you guys better, give you guys an opportunity to get to know me better, and really start to dig into some of you guys' questions because I think this has been really good, and really helpful. And so that's just what I was thinking. It could turn into a longer term thing. I'm just not sure. I already have, the Q&A calls in the indie growth coaching community. And so that's already happening behind the scenes in the private community. So it's not public here on YouTube. So that's always been going on. And so that's just what I was thinking about it. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, oddly enough, this is the first time I've gone live. So it's good that you dropped in today. It's been really good. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, should do more. This is good. I mean, it's a great feature of YouTube. I love YouTube. Um, obviously, I post content on YouTube, and so it's definitely something that um, I'll definitely do next Friday. So if you guys sign up for the workshop, actually, I will be able to notify you um, when I do go live next. So because you have to put your email in to sign up for the workshop, and so I can send you a notification before I go live next Friday. So that's another extra little perk. Oh, sweet. Yeah, perfect. So you're already in. Good. Very good. Sweet guys. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here in like 3 minutes, but definitely want to just give you guys a last call to throw anything. Um, I tried to reply to your emails. Oh, dude, yeah, bro. Yeah, I just figured that out. There was like a good like 3 or 4 days that it was down. So I super apologize about that. It should be working now because obviously got on support chat with the DNS server provider, whatever that is, and it's fixed now. So if there was anything that you sent, if you just wouldn't mind, just send it again because yeah, that was a known issue that I wish I caught sooner. But it was literally just like I usually get 3 to 4 emails a day and nothing for like 4 days, and so yeah, it was like I should have caught it sooner, but yeah, I check my email every day, so it's partly on me. But yeah, just send that again, um, if you don't mind, because yeah, I was down. I think it was like from Sunday to Wednesday or something like that. So yeah, man, I reply to stuff. Yeah, a lot of the questions um, have already been answered. So I'll just reply with blog posts and YouTube videos and stuff like that. And then anything else, if it's in a training, of course, I'll try to get you in on the full training because it's not really my intention to just give like a band aid to the problem because it doesn't help you in the long term. It doesn't help me in the long term. And so, what I want to do is I just want to give the right solution to the right problem. So, whatever that is, I'll just give you whatever you need. So if it's a blog post, I'll shoot you the link. There's also a search feature on the Indie Music Academy as well. So if there's something that you're interested in learning about, like music royalties or how to, release a cover song the right way, or how to register on ASCAP and BMI, all that is searchable on the Indie Music Academy blog. So definitely make that just a regular place that you're using as a reference. And of course, there's also the free workshop. So if you have, if you have signed up for that, you have the secret link already that I sent out via email. And if you didn't get it in those 4 days, just go ahead and register for the workshop again, and you'll get the secret link. So yeah, once again, sorry for the replies being down. So yeah, man, thanks for jumping on. Yeah, this was really good. Appreciate you too. Appreciate the questions. Yeah, so I'm just going to do last call. I'll answer I think one more question from anyone, and just to make sure that I'm thorough and you guys have the link. The Indie Growth Coaching Community is open tonight for you guys. It's just for this stream. It's no other promotion going on. It's just an opportunity for you guys to connect with me and workshop your music career directly. So if you want to get in on that, I'm lowering the price back down to the founders' rates, which means the first time I ever opened the community, it was at the lowest rates possible. And tonight, it's right back to that lowest price. So if you want to lock in that price forever, it's never going to go up, even when I raise the price for everyone else to make it a more, marketplace value. It's going to stay the same for you. So if you want to get in on that and do more of this kind of stuff and post your questions Monday through Sunday, yeah, every single day of the week, I pop into the community and I workshop with the community members. So if you want to get in on that, the link is in the chat. And just be careful not to wait too long, because it is a 1 day only thing. So gonna start a game of Risk. Yeah, one game of Risk is gonna last all quarantine. Whew, yeah. Dude, I kind of feel like playing Risk right now, actually. So guys, this has been really great. So to everyone who's still on, thanks so much for sticking all the way through. It's been awesome answering your questions. Once again, if you guys need the free training, oh, what's up, man? If you guys need the free training, I put the link in the chat box. And if you guys want to do this more often, if you want to connect with me one-on-one, if you want to get in the Indie Growth Coaching community, I put the link to sign up for that as well. And so it's been awesome, guys. I have to run. We're over an hour now. And so it's been great. So thanks again. And I'll let you all know via email when we do another one of these Q&As. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.